You live? All right.
That's what you wanted me to do, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for you. So when you do
I'm
it.
not excited. Am I announcing you?
Okay. Take some tea.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect our communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have that tough convo. So, welcome. It's me, Coco,
And me, Tiff.
and today we will be discussing forgiveness. How you feeling, Miss Lane?
I'm well. I'm well. And yourself?
Pretty good. How was your day? Why you always do this every week? Be cordial.
You know how my day was.
I don't.
It's the same every day, busy.
Okay. Okay. So, first, we gotta always shout out We Love Twan Dawn for the song, of course. You can follow him on IG at We Love Twan Dawn for the dope intro. So, I guess we want to talk about forgiveness. So, I think it's only fair to start with the meaning. What is forgiveness? So, I did some research and I looked it up, you know. So, forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or group who has harmed you. Mm. How do you feel about forgiveness, Tiff, based on that? Hello.
I mean, what do you mean? How do I feel? How do I feel about
Forgiveness.
how do I feel about forgiving?
No, like what is it to you?
I mean, you just read the definition. That's pretty much about it.
Well, I'm gonna say for me, and we talked about this before. So
We did.
yes, we did. About at one time, I know you know because you know me. The long way. So forgiveness for me, I did struggle with it in my younger years in life.
I did too.
I was like, no, I'm not forgiving nobody. I'm still working on it because I do hold grudges. I think that's like the Gemini in me, I guess. I will hold a grudge till the wheels fall off. But I think as I got older and experiences in life, I'm learning not to hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to really learn forgiving is not for the person.
Right.
It's for you.
Yep. I forgive with no problem now. I used to couldn't do that. But I don't have no problem now. It's definitely a you thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not all the time. I ain't gonna say I forgave everything. Or it might take me a minute. Before before I was just like, no, you did me dirty. It's till death. That was my mindset. Now I think I have it's more so like it may take me a minute to actually let it settle. And then I'm like, okay, I forgive you. Now I might not still not don't like you. I might not talk to you for real, but I don't hold no ill feelings with so I can be like, hey.
Yeah, I don't either. I think as I got older, I just had a whole energy transfer. So I don't even put the energy into holding grudges or even paying people any mind, to be honest. I used to couldn't do that though.
Yeah. What can't you forgive? Hello.
I'm thinking. Shoot.
You
I mean,
think
I
a
guess
little hard.
if you're a forgiving person, you are supposed to be able to forgive everything. But I don't think I could forgive like if you did something to one of my kids, like my mother. Like you could pretty much you could do a lot of things to me, but they off limits. I don't think I could really. I would struggle. I'm not gonna say I couldn't forgive. I'm gonna say I would really struggle if somebody did something to my kids or my mother or something like that, or play with my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you play with my money. I don't know if I could forgive you. Other than that, I think I can. I'm trying to think what else I can't forgive. I mean, definitely those people are off limits. You do something to them, that's a problem. I don't know. I got some friends. If you do something to them, it might be a problem.
I was great for that.
Yeah, because if you call me and be like, "Hey, sister, let me get my shoes," we don't like them no more.
Exactly. And
Not just you. We don't like them now.
I think when it comes to like the so for me when I say I can forgive people for myself, I think sometimes when you hold on to it, like for instance, somebody do something to you and it might piss you off or do you dirty. Let me try to use an example. I will hold it like if I went out and you know how somebody just and put themselves in your situation and you didn't ask them to.
Mm-hmm.
And it causes turmoil in your present situation.
Mm-hmm.
I will hold on to that to today. You get what I mean? And I think it took some time for me to be like, you know what, that didn't move no mountains or whatever. And it takes too much energy. And I had to, once I got into my energy field, my peace of mind, my peace of self, I realized this is taking too much for me to be mad at this person. These people are not losing sleep, but I'm stressing myself out being angry, having resentment, holding a grudge, holding everything in internally of it's almost like a hatred. You know what I mean? It's exhausting. So once I start being like, man, I ain't worried about that. You know what I mean? It's not costing me nothing.
You have evolved, friend, because I know you.
And I have. Thank you. And I'm glad I'm glad you see that because
you was a hot mess. I'm the nice one. So you really have evolved.
Wait a minute, you lucky my bond ain't secure. What?
I am nice. You were not always nice.
Not Miss.
That doesn't make me not nice.
Who? I still don't like them from the other day when they said something that they weren't supposed to say. You have
evolved. That's all I'm saying. I've been around for a long time. You evolved.
And I think at one time, that's why I said it's like it's a sense of peace. And when you find that inner peace within yourself, you don't have time to worry about certain things. Now you play with my kids, my grandkids, my livelihood, my career, my coin, family, and close. Well, I don't even consider my close friends. They not even friends. They in that family circle. Long as they good and you don't do nothing to hurt them and harm them, I'm fine. I don't have time.
Jay talking about hold up. Oh gosh.
Jay, no, he in a brother circle, so he don't even tell him hush. Sit down. What do you say if you cross me?
No, that's not him. This is Judy with this long paragraph.
Someone call him. We ain't reading
yes, Judy calling.
We're not reading that today.
Yes, Jay. I am the nicer one. She has evolved. Ooh. Don't do me.
My mask was still on. Did you see? So I don't know. So for me, it was a big step for in my growth with just being able to forgive people, because it's people that did things to me, and you know how when you try, I'm one of them people. Like some people will be like, oh, you too nice, you too giving, you too caring of a person, and people do take advantage of that. So when people take advantage of you and they cross you and you finally had enough, so once you had enough, you just like, oh, don't say nothing else to me.
Right.
And it takes that one time. I was one of them dumb people. Oh, I'm carrying this till the wheels fall off. I don't care how many times you apologize, what you say to me, you can't come back from that.
Right.
Now, but if you did something to one of them kids,
yeah, that's how
it's a lifetime war.
My mother and my kids are off limits.
Yeah.
I could forgive for a whole bunch of other stuff other than depending on what you might have did to them.
True.
Because I be ready to fight people over there.
I think we both be like, let me put my sweatpants and
Yes,
on
get
because
this
it's about to
Vaseline
get
in these
real out here.
tennis.
Yes, it's about to go down. It's about to get really real, and people don't even understand.
Yeah. Because they be thinking because you matured and you live a more chill life that it ain't still in you. Like, no, all that stuff that's in the past, I can click that switch and turn it right back on.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, I can't forgive that. And I can't forgive intentional wrongdoing or hurt.
Right.
I think there's a line. I think it's when you learn how to cut off people from, I think I see it coming now. So I just accept you for who you are and I keep my distance. So even if somebody be like, oh, my bad, okay, that's cool. We're going to move forward.
Yeah.
That don't mean we bosom buddies and you can call me every day. That's dead.
Those people just had their own personal problem. I don't have nothing to do with you. Them type of people.
Yeah, but some people think because you forgive them, they can play with you because you forgive them, or that, oh, well, it's cool for me to continue with certain behavior. No, I forgave you for that part. Now, that don't mean you're going to keep getting the chances to play, but I'm going to forgive you for that one thing.
I think people...
But when it's repetitive, now we need to have a conversation about respecting my boundaries and what's going on.
I think people misconstrue forgive and forget.
Exactly.
Because just because I forgive you don't... Look, I know people right now at this very moment that might even be listening that then cross me and they don't even know I know they cross me. Because I just don't put the energy into it no more. I just be like, oop, you're bad. Doesn't affect me in any type of way. Unless you come for them kids or my mama.
And then you call me.
Basically.
You. When I hear that, I'm like, oh, this one is going to be good. Who did it, Frank? Let me tell you, girl, if I'm glad I'm not the same person I used to be, because back in my day, girl, I told you.
Goodness. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. She is not lying.
That is you.
But I'm a whole different person now, so things don't bother me. Don't bother me how they used to.
So we have a question. William says,
"Could you forgive a person if they accidentally took one of your loved ones' life?" I didn't really want to speak on that because I can't. I can't say. I can't say. It that would be really hard, but you know, in life we're supposed to forgive. That would be a really hard pill to swallow.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I absolutely cannot. Period.
But see, I don't want to.
Mary had a little lamb. I can't do it.
If I had one more Mary little, what is wrong with y'all? I'm tired of it. I really don't know. I'm gonna say if I could forgive that, it would take a very long time. I would definitely feel some type of way for a very long time. But I also know that we need to forgive people for ourselves. So at some point, I would have to. At some point, I'm gonna feel the type of way though. I'm gonna be pissed. I can't even say that I ain't gonna try to come at that person, but it would take a while.
I ain't that grown. I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, and simple. I'm not that. I haven't grown that much because in the environments that we live, we see so much. A lot of times, it don't have to result to that.
True.
So, I can't. No, I ain't even gonna get no explanation for that because I'm gonna be lying. I cannot do it.
I apologize. That job had just texted me, and it did something to me when I read the text.
We cannot forgive the jobs for calling, knowing that we are going to have inclement weather. Don't text us talking about we still coming to work tomorrow.
Don't text me, period.
We do not forgive you.
Don't text me, period, from the job. I'm off.
We do not forgive none of them text messages.
None.
At all. Period.
Believe me, my whole facial expression changed. Anyway.
We don't forgive the work environment because
made my nostrils flare and everything.
No, but back to that, like, so if you want to go with what forgiveness means to you, if you happen to do forgive somebody, or no, or you want me to do it?
You do it.
So if I forgive a person because of my growth in this new spiritual, thing that I am with the universe and everything like that in my meditation lane, what I'm gonna say is, for me, if you wrong me and I forgive you, that means I'm letting go. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring it up. Because some people have a tendency when you forgive them to want to revisit. And still, well, let's hash it out. I feel like you're still, if I say let it go, please leave me alone and let it go. That's just how I feel about that. Because it's no way. So if I forgive you, it's because I'm really willing to move forward and leave it in the past. I'm not trying to hold on to that or anything. I want to move on with my life. I don't want to harbor no bad energy, no bad juju or nothing like that. So me releasing any type of energy from anything that's done me wrong, family, friend, relationship, work, anything like that. I don't harbor anything for anybody. I want to live my little life and be happy.
Right. Well, Jay, what kind of freak accidents you talk about? He say he could forget if it's something you did. Absolutely not. But if it's like a freak accident while y'all together, then eventually yes.
I need him to call in because I don't understand.
Yeah, what kind of freak accident?
If you would like to call in, the number is 410 710 4685. Hello.
I don't like you.
So what does forgiveness mean to you, friend? I don't know. Go ahead, say it.
I don't know. It's like, no, pretty much the same. Like, I mean, what's that saying? Let go and let God.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at. Because I'm telling you, it's some things that I probably shouldn't have forgave people for, but again, I do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer for them, it's for me. And it took a long time for me to get to that place in life because, I was just like you. I was taking grudges and all of that stuff. But I've seen grudges destroy people, and I really don't want to be that person. But
it's stressful.
Yeah, it's
stressful to harbor on them. And my thing is, some things are not even worth it. If it's just a disagreement or anything like that, let that go.
Exactly.
Certain things it takes too much. And then I even find myself just looking, and you have a laugh because that it can get ugly and it's stupid.
Yeah,
know it's going to be something. Because personally, I know if I'm getting into something with somebody and it's going left, I know my mouth. I'm going to say something you not going to want to forgive me for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to shut up. And I know when to be quiet now. Now, when it comes to the point of no return, I really don't. That's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog. I don't shut up anymore. I don't shut up anymore because I've shut up for many, many years about things. There are people that said things and did things, and I just was like, you know what, to avoid confrontation, I just don't want to go back and forth. I just don't feel like arguing. I'm not going to say nothing. And by me doing that, those very same people thought that they could continue to play with me. Please do not listen to this and think that just because I forgive, I forget, and do not listen to this and think that because I forgive that gives you an open opportunity to play with me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't shut up anymore. I say exactly what needs to be said. Because if you said it to me and you didn't care how you made me feel, I'm sorry, the same energy is coming right back to you. I'm not shutting up anymore. I'm going to say what I feel, and I'm going to do it in a nice way, but I'm going to say what I feel. I'm not shutting up no more. I'm going to say exactly what it is. You wrong, you wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm going to say what I want to say.
Yeah, I become really diplomatic in how I handle situations. I think it depends on what deserves my energy.
Right.
Some things don't deserve my time, my energy, or anything. So it's easier to be like, whatever, and keep it moving. You know?
Yeah.
That was random, but okay. Like that's how I feel about it. So, I'll be looking at little stuff and I just type in little things to see what it is, and it says like, is it easy to forgive? Um,
Depends on the situation.
this was I'm gonna go on a short summary and then I'm gonna elaborate. So it says, is it easy to forgive? Forgiveness requires feeling willing to forgive. Sometimes you won't because the hurt went too deep, or because the person was too abusive, or expressed no regret. Do not attempt to forgive someone before you have identified fully, felt, expressed, and released your anger and pain.
Well, I have a question. Do we forgive people for doing the same thing?
Oh, wait a minute. I looked that up too.
Over and over?
Oh, let me read that one.
Please.
Because I had Googled that too. Google is our friend. Listen, people. You ready? It says, should you forgive someone who keeps hurting you? Moving away from someone who has repeatedly hurt you makes for a safer space in your life, and forgiving them makes for a stress-free place in your mind. Remember, setting boundaries, that is, marking what behaviors of others you will allow towards yourself, does not mean remaining vindictive to the offender. You said them. So if you do me dirty, and me saying that you're not gonna keep going, I'm choosing if I want to continue to even have anything with you. Like, and that's whether it's a friendship, relationship. When people cross certain boundaries, I can forgive you, but and I tell people quick, this, our friendship ain't gonna be like what it was, depending on what it is that you did.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, once you cross a certain line, that line is already drawn, because certain things you just gonna always be like, dang, right. But I just know how to deal with you accordingly.
Yeah, it's gonna change the dynamic of your whole relationship depending on how they did what they did.
That's so I'm just like, nah, but I think I did agree with the boundary thing. But I also, the easy to forgive, I feel like it does depend on how deep it cuts. Some things can cut and hurt so deep, and I do agree that you need to deal with it. If you're able to have that conversation, have it. If you're not able to have that conversation, wait till you're ready. Don't let nobody force you, because some people will realize they messed up with you and try to force a conversation or resolve. If they're not ready, let them wait till they're ready. That don't mean you harboring it. You just know you can't deal with it.
Right.
You got to be ready to face it. And then some people still be ignorant. You're not about to do me dirty and be ignorant and then want me to forgive you. No, let me get these words real quick or whatever can follow. And then I'm going to forgive you for what you did, and just know that's where we going to leave it.
Yeah, forgiving is hard, because then you got some that be acting like they don't know what they did to get you to the place that you was at. And you just be like, well, wait a minute. How's that possible?
Yeah, they have to be, I think that's part of it. Both, and also I think it's both parties got to own whatever part they play. Even if you played a part in whatever transpired, ownership. And a lot of people do have issues with not owning their bullcrap.
Yes. And that's a problem. And that part makes forgiving hard.
I feel like you got a story to tell.
I mean, I got stories, but I mean, I have stories, but yes, that's a problem. What next, friend?
I'm
She got
trying.
notes. Homegirl done went to school on this.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to like. It's certain areas of forgiveness. You have forgiveness in your personal life. You have forgiveness in relationships, whether it's like your business relationships, romantic relationships, anything like that. And I think the struggle, and this came up in a conversation with someone. I'm not going to name no names, because it was kind of like just a conversation of touching on when you are with someone. And I was trying to think of a way to present it tonight. If you're in a relationship with somebody, I'm trying to choose my words, y'all. I'm working on choosing my words wisely. So the thing was, relationships, there's levels. You have your dating, exclusive, engagement, marriage. So in whatever stage that you're in and your feelings are invested and that person becomes this loyal, cheating. Do something with a friend, a loved one. What point do you forgive the cheat? And I had to think on that. Because, I mean, we gonna speak on two different lanes because I've been cheated on and you've been on both sides, right? I think it's fair to say because you've expressed that.
I have.
So I think for me it was you got to know what you can deal with, and when you talk to a lot of people who have been married for let's say a long, 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 long time, and you hear those stories and they were willing to work it out. But the person had to also acknowledge that they were wrong for what they did. And I think it's what you can and can't accept. But you can't forgive a person and then you keep remember that time?
Right.
Or every time you had a disagreement. So if you're going to keep revisiting it in your relationship, you need to think about do you really want to be in that relationship? Because that means you just holding on to it. You still holding on. You fully didn't forgive the person. You just nag. That's where the nagging come in at.
Man, listen.
She got close to the mic.
I got a story, a small one. But it's about what you're talking about.
I know. I'm waiting
because
I
was in that relationship with that man for a long time, and that man had cheated a lot, a whole lot. Ooh. Yeah, that man had cheated a whole lot, and I wasn't cheating. Mm-hmm. And I was forgiving because, we was together for a long time. So it wasn't even about forgiving at that point. I think it was more like we both was just comfortable.
Right.
Baby, when he came in there talking about he done cheated and the girl done got pregnant, I was like, okay, let's see how we're going to do this. Because I wasn't going to give up, all the things that we had going on all that time, for this situation. I was like, let me see if I can do this. That child had that daggone baby. Yeah, he bought that baby in that house, and that baby looked just like him. And it was a no for me. Sorry, because I felt like, and don't get me wrong, Auntie TT love the kids. But I feel like every time I looked at that baby, I would have been like, ooh, I'm like you. And it's a kid. And the kid has nothing to do with the situation, but you're going to feel a type of way. So I was just like, I'm looking at this kid that looked just like him, and I'm like, oh, no, I ain't going to be able to do this. But the thing that got me, he was like, what you mean you can't do it? Like, it's just another kid. We just raising another kid. We raise our kids. I'm like, no, that's your kid that you had outside of our relationship. So you take your kid and you go raise your kid with your kid's mother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because every time the little girl would come on, she was cute as a button. Every time I look at her, I just be like, wow, okay, this is what we doing. We just gonna keep coming over here, acting like you my baby, you this girl baby. And then what made the situation even worse, the little girl, because I gotta call her little girl because she was young. The little girl kept on throwing little daggers at me like I wouldn't mollywop her. And that little girl. Listen,
You gonna beat the baby?
the little girl.
Oh, the little girl. Okay, I lost it.
Because you know she was young. The girl, the baby's mother, kept playing in my face, like, okay, you had this baby with him, and now him and the baby at my house. So what are you saying? So yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. You know, he did a lot of stuff to me. He probably was the reason why I am the way that I am now. Because, you know, I actually went to him and I forgave him and thanked him for everything that he did throughout our relationship. Because had he not took me through all the things that he took me through, I probably wouldn't have found my worth as quick as I did, knew what I would tolerate, what I wouldn't, and I wouldn't be able to forgive. Because, you know, for a while I couldn't forgive him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a baby. What do you mean it's just another kid? No, that's your kid. That's a whole baby. I put that whole big diaper bag and everything in my house. I said, I know you lying. I know you was lying. This will be not going. Let me call his mother and tell him come.
Maybe did you call her mama?
Call his mother and told her, like, listen, you gotta scoot over.
I know how I get you going.
Girl, I'm telling you, called his mother, like, listen, Miss Such and Such, I'm gonna need for you to come get. You
Did
still got the
scoot
truck?
over?
Yeah, because somebody said you weren't in the camera. I'm gonna need you to come get him his stuff and all this baby stuff. You know, I went out and got the little baby some stuff because we was in a relationship, so that just seemed like what I was supposed to do. But I'm just laying there looking at him every night, like, oh, this Negro did not have no baby with somebody else. And then try to blame it on me, like, well, you knew I wanted another kid. Okay, and you knew that I was fixed. So if you wanted another kid, you should have went on with somebody who wasn't fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, child, every time I think about it, it just raises my blood pressure. And he just never changed as a person, even still to this day. He just never changed as a person. I feel bad for him. I do, but I appreciate everything he took me through.
So I guess the person question was, did you stay? Did you leave? And my answer to that
I left
was,
to the
that's
baby
about
thing.
you.
Yeah, I left, you know, when the baby thing came down. Throughout the cheating, I had probably every little tidbit of evidence that I could possibly need to know that that man was cheating. Why did I stay? Because I was much younger. I was in love. I was stupid as I don't know what. And I was comfortable.
Right.
We were comfortable at this point in our relationship. You know, we were living together. We had built some things together. You know, we had shared bank accounts. We were sharing finances. And so I was just like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'll just go out here and do me. And then I really didn't want to do me. So he was cheating. And he was getting caught because he was such a sloppy cheater, putting little dumb names in his phone for females. Green dress. Oh, yeah, green dress. I guess that's just what? You work with her? No. You know she got on a green dress because you'd have probably been all up in it, you bastard. He used to have the dumbest names in his phone for people. Stupid names, like just all names that just screamed out, yeah, I slept with her. Green dress. Like, come on now.
You asked?
No, I was in his phone, and you know, I don't even do the in the phone thing. Like, yo, he had me tripping. He had me doing things that I don't even do. Like, I don't go through phones and search text messages and all that. But you know, that women's intuition, girl, that thing will tear your stomach up all night long. You know, that little person on your shoulder, like, girl, grab that phone. It's something in there you need to see, and you always find it.
Yeah, but my thing, I think one thing I had to realize, and this is what I told the person. And the one thing they asked, well, what would you have done? Or what would you do in these situations? I've been there.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and through some I stayed, through some I was always told, seeking you shall find. I'm a firm believer in that. And I believe things come to, when you do your dirt, it comes to light. Mm-hmm. That's a true statement. But if you're going to stay and you forgive, and this is speaking from a person who's been in domesticals. Domesticals. I've been in domesticals.
You know, I had one of them.
I've been cheated on. I've been lied to. I've been all of that stuff. When you choose to stay and you choose to forgive the person for whatever action, whatever happened that transpired, you cannot wait and hold it. If you want to stay there, let it go. Right? So my thing is, okay, because I guess the situation was, I'm going to tell y'all the situation before I elaborate further. She was in a situation, was cheated on real bad. Not quite. I can't say the name.
Oh, okay. It's a person we talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, because before I go on to what I was going to with my aunt, I gotta tell the situation.
Okay, go ahead.
So she like, I know you're talking about forgiveness. So she wanna forgive him, but she just don't know because the person cheated with a close person, right?
That's rough.
Right? But they got put on by another close person. Right?
She need to change her circle.
Right? So I said, wow. Right? So after that, I was like, well, what you gonna do? And she like, well, what would you do? My whole thing is like this. If you still there,
smack everybody. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. But initially you feel like
that's the initial reaction.
Yeah, smack everybody.
You shoot up. You put your sweats and your Timbs on. You gotta make sure you can stand firm, stand tall. You grab your stuff and you pull up.
That's what you want to do.
But after that, I was like, you know what? But we grown. We do not condone violence. We do not condone violence here on Ham Radio. Show. Don't pull up. Anywho, back to the story. So I told her, I said, listen, if you gonna stay and you claim you love this person, don't say you forgive him, her, them, or whoever, and then soon as he 5 minutes late coming through the door, you was like that. You want to go rah. No, that's not forgiving.
Right.
You scared for whatever reasons, or you just don't want to let go. So you got to ask yourself, what are you holding on to? And are you really able to forgive and confront the situation? Because you have to discuss it. Mm-hmm. He has to own, he did you dirty. Whatever happened, then as you said, Shorty wasn't your friend. Cut her off flat.
All parties, every last one of them.
Yeah, but if you want to stay with him, just say that. Just say you want to be simple for
a minute. I don't think I was in that. I don't think I was in that house forgiving. I was just in there staying and cussing. That's all I did. Stay and cuss. Green dress, you dirty bastard. That's all I did was stay and cuss. Man, I wasn't in a forgiving place back then. I really couldn't even. The only thing I could think of. The only reason I could think of why I stayed, maybe I was in love and I was much, much younger. So I thought that, I don't know, I just must have been real, real dumb. I might have been a little stupid back then.
We was all stupid. We was all stupid to forgive. I definitely was stupid forgiven. I've done it. You done it.
I was super young. I bet you one thing. It'll never happen again. I'll tell you that. First thing, girl, the first sign of bull crap, I be going. Cause I'm just not putting up with it. People be like, oh, well, you don't never give nobody a chance. If you see signs in the beginning that stuff ain't right, what am I going to stay for? Everybody, you don't never give nobody a chance. Look, I gave that man 3 weeks and he showed me in 3 weeks that he was an alcoholic. He might have been a drug addict. He might put his hands on me. He might do this. I'm just saying as an example. What am I going to stay for?
Fact.
Until he get drunk and beat me up? No, bye. Nice knowing you. Not saying that ever happened, but I was just giving that type of example. Like, no, if you wanna leave a situation, leave a situation. You don't have to explain nothing to nobody. People get on my daggone nerves. Always got something to say about somebody else's stuff. Shoot, worry about yourself.
But just know, to the person who asked that question, if you gonna forgive that person, you forgive that person for you. Yep. That's only to your benefit. It's not monetary. It's not nothing. But if your hurt is that deep, you have to ask yourself, can you truly, truly forgive that person and move forward, be in the same home, understand this has happened, and have those individuals around you?
Yes, Dawn said it correct. When someone show you who they are, that's my boo. When someone show you who they are, believe them. Yes, Dawn, that is the truth.
Every freaking time.
That is the
every
truth.
time. Some people I know the saying goes, people may change. The devil's a lie. Everybody don't change.
Yeah, because I'm telling you. All right, I got a confession.
You ain't changed, Frank?
No, I changed. But you know all that stuff I was just talking about him. All right, so look. So look. But listen, just understand there was a lot of history there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We been broke up over 10 years. I might have slipped up and been dumb over the summer, but 5 minutes into that being dumb, I realized he was the same person he was 10 years ago. So I was like, oh no, that's a no for me. I was only dumb for like 3 days.
So you went back.
We wasn't in a relationship. I just went back for a minute.
For dinner?
Yeah.
You went back to have dinner.
Yeah. We was eating. We was eating dinner. The cooking skills have not changed, but the person itself, nah, I couldn't do it.
Right.
I couldn't do it. Because remember I told you, I was like, girl, this thing that came up in here and
I remember
he done ate this food, and I'm like, girl. And then it was like within the first day or two, it was like, here we go. Same person. You ain't changed. And it's sad because we've been broke up over 10 years. We talking about like 12 years now. 11, 12 years.
You gonna let it go?
What?
Did you forgive him?
Oh, I've been forgave him. I forgave him years ago. That's why I was able to do what I did over the summer and walk away so easy.
So you were able to continue to have dinner.
Oh yeah, because dinner was good. Very seasoned. Dinner was real nice. But I was able to walk away. 12 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to walk away. I definitely forgave him though.
Right.
I definitely forgave him. But I had to cut it off completely. Like I had to I never got to a place with him where I blocked, deleted, and all that. Like we still talked throughout the year. This time, girl, after we ate dinner together over the summer, I was like, no, let me block, delete, remove, because I had to, because he toxic.
Pause. Question from William. If you accidentally took someone's life and you ask their family to forgive you and they don't, how do you live with it? You gotta find a way to live with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
pray.
Yeah, prayer.
Pray.
Pray.
Find the Lord, and that's who needs to forgive you. You deal with that when your time comes. That's the person that you need to ask for forgiveness. Truthfully. Get on your knees. And
because we already said it would be hard to forgive somebody for taking one of your loved ones. So
the family
you had to
may
put
never
yourself in the
forgive
same
you.
place
The person
as a family.
Yeah, the person that matters most is your higher power, whoever that may be. That's who you need to get on your knees and pray to and ask for forgiveness. And you will know if you are forgiven and you move forward in your life of how you want to move. Now, you just going to keep on doing what you're going to doing and taking lives, then you might need to go see somebody about that.
Pretty much.
But you need to pray, ask God, and let him handle it and lead you on the right path. That's it. Because Matthew 6:14, what it say? And because of that, we should forgive others who have sinned. For if you forgiven men when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. I looked it all up. Friend, don't come. I was ready. I was worried up.
What do you have to accept, Lauren? What are you talking about? You told me you put. Look, I can read all the comments.
I thought you was talking about what this. That's what it said.
No,
that was perfect for that.
Okay.
That's
say nothing.
That's what that said. That's what the book said. You gotta live by that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, because Rich, you seen it?
I just looked at you.
She gave me
I just looked at you.
I'm ready for this. Girl, we gotta forgive and get our souls. We gotta get right with the Lords and the universe and the energies around us.
I agree.
You over me over there.
But I agree. But William, next comment, can we not talk about killing somebody? Can we talk about something different? Every scenario William comes in like, well, what if somebody kills somebody? Then what you gonna do? I don't know, William. I've never killed nobody. The family not forgive them. Yeah, you do. If the family don't forgive them, yeah, you gotta accept it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, pray about it. No matter, even if you having a tough time forgiving with anything in life, pray on that. Pray on that, meditate on that, whatever it may be. For me, honestly, meditation is my best friend.
Listen,
along with prayer.
Back in it. I'm great. Prayer I do consistently, but I'm about to get back into my medication.
You probably need some of that too.
I do need medication too.
Yes.
But I'm about to get back into my meditation because I've been slipping, and it's probably the reason. I mean, it may be the reason why I be feeling, how my facial expressions be, and my facial expressions was getting better. But, I had slipped on my meditation, so I started flaying my nostrils and rolling my eyes again. So I need to get back on that.
Let me tell you,
because meditation works.
It does. It works. I got the sage. I got everything.
Yes.
The person that's going to be coming up in the second half, she going to tell you, I got the sage on deck.
Okay, I got a lot of stuff.
I got sage. I meditate. I take my little moments.
Hey, little brother.
Even when you having like a moment and meditate. Take a second, say a quick prayer. Like I said, whatever brings you peace, do that. Even if it's for 5 minutes, and keep your sanity, keep whatever's going on. And then maybe you won't do anything or have a situation where though you have to forgive somebody or somebody, you may need to forgive somebody. People don't know when to take a step back and just chill out.
Right.
Everybody want to be all over the place. Just sit down.
Girl, wait till you see my new place. I got all kinds of little positive energy stuff coming in there, and we gonna sage the place. And cause I got control over my energy. I don't have control over other people's energy. I don't know what kind of energy people be coming up in my house, and they energy be coming in there. I got some energy blockers, negative energy blockers.
Girl, they got sage spray, spray them.
I got all kinds of stuff going on. You'll be there. You just don't know you helping me move. So anyhow,
that's a heck. You heard me. Did you hear me?
No, I had a good
I know you heard me, friend. I ain't girl.
I had a good
I can meditate on that one.
Just say no.
I forgive you.
Just say no. I don't feel like it. All right, I had you over for food then.
I'm bringing mine.
You could.
How you gonna have me over for food and I gotta cook the food?
Still waiting on my meal from when I got my surgery. Didn't get anything. And you said
forgive
on the radio you would give it to me. But anyway.
Forgive me.
It's never too late.
You're not gonna forgive me? I'm asking for forgiveness. We're talking about forgiveness.
I forgive you, but are you still gonna make it?
I'll make it.
I need to have Alfredo.
I'll make it.
Don't sit here and lie. Because I got proof. Don't make me go back to the episodes when you said it. It was like the first or the second one.
Okay, wait.
Yo, when she said it, I would have her Alfredo for her. Because I'm tired of hearing about it. That's what you said.
Girl, that sounds like somebody named Cicely.
That's what you said. You said it on the radio.
It'd be better than that. What?
You said it.
I know what I said.
Okay.
Can we go back? Is you gonna forgive me?
I said I forgive you, but are you gonna make it?
Oh, that didn't sound to you promising.
Well, look, my forgiveness don't have to sound no certain way to nobody. I don't give a damn how you feel how it sounds as long as I did it.
We was just talking about growth, and you just went backwards. Look at your attitude.
That's because you bring that out of me. I be sitting here minding my business, and you keep messing with me. Anyway, you minding my business.
I felt that stab was a little strong.
Whatever. Don't act like you don't be doing me like that.
Forgive me, friend.
I forgive you.
Ew. Oh my God, you make me sick sometimes. But yes, work on your forgiveness and all of that good stuff. Pray, meditate. So the person with that question, Cersei, by all means, do a self-reflection of you. And if you can truly forgive your partner and your friends or whoever was in that circle, before you just go out here and make a decision. Make sure that decision sits well with you internally and not just for a look or to think somebody won or did whatever. Because sometimes we stay in things or deal with situations, even though we truly don't forgive a person, as Tiff said, out of comfortability or just thinking, oh, I'm gonna just do it and it's gonna change. No, it has to be right for you by all costs with whatever. And you never know. That might be a sign. But go ahead. Sit down. Somebody else coming.
Right.
That's gonna do you right. You know what? It's signs, even with forgiveness. Cause sometimes when you mad at somebody, or you like, I'm never gonna let that go. And something might be like boop and show you, remember that time? Just go ahead and let them pay that one.
Mm-hmm.
And you just move.
You see what I posted earlier?
What you posted?
I don't remember what it said. Let me investigate. But it was something pertaining to this. I swear it was. Let me investigate. Cause you had liked it.
But you said it like you was going to just talk about it like it was going to roll off of your tongue or something. And I love it like it was going to roll off of your tongue.
It was that.
Oh, you're going to destroy your own peace, confronting everything you peep. Just let them have it. And I let people have a whole lot. Can I say one thing before we go on break?
You be mean though.
No, I'm gonna say one thing. No, because I peep a whole lot of stuff.
Me too. And don't always
one
say
environment that you have to forgive stuff in that quote states is in your work environment. Let them people have that. Everything don't need to be addressed. But when you do, ask them to forgive you before you go in. I had to.
I go to HR. I don't deal with. I call HR. I don't deal with nothing. None of them people in my job. You know what? Oh, okay. Let me call HR and make sure. Cause I don't be having time to be. What's HR number, y'all? It's still the same. All right, let me call them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll go right. Yeah, cause the HR. But you know, I gotta call HR because we don't be right there. You know, we work for the same entity, but they put me in the dumb building. So I gotta call HR.
You should have stayed where you was at. We would have been. Girl,
I know. I should have stayed where I was at. I should have stayed where I was at.
They'd have been trying to forgive us.
Yes, I should have stayed where I was at, but I'm there now.
That might have been the best decision.
Hello, my sis. Oh my God, Lavette is on here. It's gonna snow.
I say you love it. Hey,
hello,
love it.
My sister that's never on here.
I see Chandler. Thank
you out here.
Yeah, that's man.
She gonna say Shay lie. What you talking about? We call it HR. You know me. I don't play.
We always call, but you know, just do make sure you forgiving people for yourself and no one else. Nobody else can tell you what you can and can't let go or what you can and can't move on from. Now, do not. If you know you're not ready to forgive, that don't mean you harass people.
Who be harassing people?
Girl, you know people be like, I ain't forgiving nothing. Every time I see, you know how I used to be. Every time I see that person, petty, button, boop. Girl, as soon as you see somebody.
Yup.
You see me?
I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Leave them people alone. If you're not going to forget them, you still continue to move. Don't you ever give somebody the power to control you because you couldn't forgive them. You still keep moving forward until you can get there. If you don't get there, that's fine. But you find a way to live your life in peace and don't let that energy consume you.
Can you forgive somebody that spit in your face?
What, after I beat their ass? Is that what you talk about?
Yeah. Can you later on forget them? Every time you see them.
Is that in the Bible, Rich? You can't spit on nobody. Ain't that spitting is the worst thing? That's nasty. It's Corona COVID-38.
No, I'm talking about even if it was a while ago, long time ago.
Ebola, swine flu.
All right, so I know I'm doing the right thing.
Who spit on you, friend?
Girl.
Who spit on you?
You know how long ago that was?
Who spit?
It don't matter, sis. I beat her up like 6 times. Got locked up and everything behind that chick. And every time I see her to this day, it's still gonna be a problem. I'm sorry.
Not pressure on
Hey, Pete Piper.
My pressure done got high.
But I'm just saying that's something that would be really hard to forgive.
That's nasty.
It is nasty, but it's people that do that.
That's disgusting.
It's people that do it.
I can't say that. I've grown. Let me meditate. So with that being said, she trying to get my pressure high.
I'm not.
So I'm both spitting. So we're gonna take a little break. This is a little one. We'll be back in like 5 minutes for the second half, and we're gonna discuss some ways on how to forgive, how to let go, and how do we forgive ourselves, because we do some things that's unforgettable too. And I don't care who you think you are, how innocent you are, you be doing stuff.
Not me though.
We'll be back.
I'm hungry.
Same.
Rich.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. What? What's up?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know, quiet.
What the fuck? Blood? What's going on? You talk.
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing.
Oh.
All right, so we're bringing home.
You coming on here?
I said yes.
Oh yeah.
You already said something.
All right, so we're gonna situate these seats.
I got a spot out.
Yeah. You're in the middle.
I don't want over here.
Go ahead.
Who over there? Lavette, Pete Piper. We on a little break, so what y'all want to talk about? Oh, who? I can't see.
Sister, don't get off of here.
Well, if you on YouTube, can you tell me who you are? Can you comment? Comment, like, and subscribe. Cause I don't know. I can't see who on here to. But thank you for listening. Let us know you got any questions, anything like that.
You slide down. I'm just for
This way.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Get close in person.
You gonna have to move you out the way. I can't tell.
I will be right there. Girl, we breaking all social distancing laws. As Uncle Hogan.
How does okay?
I'm not. You're not watching what? Love it.
She said she not going away.
How Courtney Duffin?
I said,
Hey. You might have to scoot over just a
I
second so she can get up in here.
Girl, we look like Chinese twins.
She's not gonna be in that camera though.
that's fine.
Unless we pull it up for you. I don't know.
That's the only way.
I'm hungry.
That's probably gonna have to go back. What you gonna buy? Your real name?
T.
Good.
People don't even know me like that.
Girl, please, I'm gonna call out your whole government.
Your mama watching.
She might be.
It's like she on my Facebook. She on my Facebook though. So she might be.
Courtney Duffin. Hello.
So you talking here?
Like this?
You can come a little closer if you can. Closer if you can.
The invisible guest.
There we go.
It's good.
But over here, I just can't see.
What was this one? What you want?
I say you.
Yeah. On the show?
No.
Oh.
It's gonna be tight.
I don't know if that's what that.
Please, the way this girl be all boobs in my face and everything, I don't mind no earphone wires.
It's how my be the whole time.
She plays too much. All right, that's fine.
But you know we married anyway.
Ew. Hi, nice to you, OG. Shut up, love it. Ain't nobody asked you.
She did. We talked and didn't Lavette say something one day on that post about cooking for me? Something else besides that spinach lasagna?
Hi, Diamond. Yep, she did say something.
See,
she did.
I told you.
She did say something.
Yeah.
Hi, Jay. You irky.
I would have you sit here. That might be easier. But I gotta control the boards.
Nah, I ain't.
Want me to control the board?
I'm getting that though.
I should have sat on the other side, like, no.
As we land.
She just gonna be the invisible guest. Y'all can see her.
She said she heard you. You heard what she said.
Oh, you heard me whispering, sister?
Hi, Diamond. Thank you for tuning in.
Damn, I be forgetting that girl. No.
Damn, she is singing. You hear me?
Yes.
Come on, Kelly. Ain't that Kelly?
Yeah.
Jesus, shit, Kelly just came through these speakers. Hey, wait a minute, let me listen. What's up?
Hey,
Shit.
I
Kelly, you ain't hear her screaming?
did.
Jesus.
that's back in the day. Y'all know about that.
Oh, so since I'm trying to do my own podcast, what's the point of the headphones?
You said, what's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when
You heard me, TJ.
Oh, he said
when
you
you
can't.
when they're talking like so when they get
I
calls,
sure
Mhm.
did.
you won't be able to hear them if you don't have them on.
Okay.
And then like a lot of the well, you can hear them talking. You don't need them per se until like a caller, and then you can hear the music and stuff like that without the
Okay.
headphones on.
Got it.
But,
Hey, Jai.
I don't like to play music.
Oh, hey,
out.
John.
I understand. Yeah.
I was like, Indian princess.
Turn
Who's
it up.
that?
But
That's Jai.
everything is
I see now. She said Jai
and then
here.
with the
Hey,
YouTube,
boo.
it's connected to here, so also they can hear
How
the
are
calls
you?
and everything inside of here.
Thank you for watching.
So for mine, it's just gonna be like me and my friends just talking. So that's why I was like, I don't think I really need the headphones. It's not gonna be like
You can
nobody
comment your
talking.
questions tonight, ma'am. Are we on?
No, you good.
I'm sorry, say
I'm so
being
hungry.
racist.
This gum is just not doing it.
I'm not rushing to bring it like this.
I'm so hungry.
We got like one more minute.
Mm-hmm.
They said you know you can whistle.
Ew.
They don't know what we listening to. We just look down.
That's all you can do to that.
Well, you know that's good dance.
We gotta make a TikTok.
The Junebug. I think it's called a Junebug. Junebug challenge. Let me know when y'all ready.
Oh, you gonna turn on the back when you see us all giddy, then you
go
gonna
ahead.
let me know when y'all ready. Like,
Get it in.
girl should know.
I don't know what this dude's saying in this beat on the song.
It's
but
the beat.
Yeah, that's it. But it's got 14 million views on YouTube.
Because everybody doing a TikTok to it.
Yeah. That's all you need is a song that can turn into a challenge.
When we get in the studio.
Huh?
When we get in the studio. You think I'm joking? Can I get an auto tune?
So auto tune. Yeah.
I'm gonna be having watch. Ooh, that's gonna be. I'm trying to give me a beat. I bet you. I bet you.
I got a ponytail. Ooh, child, I can't wait to get my hair done Friday.
What you got?
A weave.
So how many guests you have in your show?
I ain't even started yet. I still been learning
Like
other
this,
stuff, and I actually bought the
loose
wrong mic.
waves.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, you
So I
learned that
had
a lot
to,
since the
take
summer
those
when I
back
cut
and
it.
right
Cut
mic.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say you just cut it.
It's soon. Hopefully, like the next month, I can start.
Okay. Cool. You ready?
Who else? I can't see who else on there.
If you need any
Shit, I'm
help,
fucking.
I can still read from here.
Oh, Rich.
Marketing and stuff like that. You good? Marketing, anything like that, just let us know.
You got it, Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I need to
It
talk in
depends on
this.
if I like you that day.
Huh? Yeah. You gotta talk to them like.
I was just being in the middle of the camera.
Yeah.
Stop.
If you want me to move it over some more so she can get in the shot, you want me to do that?
I'm fine. She don't want to be on Facebook.
Oh, you don't want to be on Facebook? All right.
Fix your lips.
Ready?
There's too much boobs going on right here.
It's about to end.
Hello. Welcome back to the Kazual Konvo Show with me, Coco.
And me, Tiff.
And we also have a special guest joining us in the studio, Miss Lady T.
Hello.
You know what?
Not that. I cannot.
She is joining us for the second half and also If anyone would like to call in, share a thought, have a question that you want us to answer, please call 410-710 4685.
You'll be on
Thank
it.
you.
You'll be on it.
So this half we're going to discuss pretty much how to forgive and let go, and ways to also like self-forgiveness. So sometimes we do things that may not be right. It's not always about um someone doing something to us that we need to forgive them for. So Tick,
What it is.
hello.
Hi.
How would you so for you,
Mm-hmm.
how would you forgive and let go? So it's a two-part question. How would you forgive someone who has done something wrong, or you could share a story of where you had to forgive. You can or cannot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have done something, what steps would you take to forgive yourself?
So for the first question, I'm still learning how to forgive. But one thing I realized is I like to talk things out so I can understand that person's point of view. Like maybe they had a reason for doing it, maybe they just wasn't in like the right mindset when they did it. So I would say my first step is talking, trying to understand both parties. Might be miscommunication, you never know. You said if I've ever done anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get better with that. So for me, I just take accountability, and I don't have a problem with apologizing, especially if it's somebody that I care about. I definitely apologize and right my wrongs, like change behavior. I'm big on. I feel like you should change behavior to show that person that you actually are sorry and that they, should actually forgive you and trust you again.
So if you broke the trust on that, how would you? Do you think the person will fully trust you again, or if someone says they forgive you, do you fully feel like, all right, they forgive me, so we right back?
No.
Okay. So you have to build that.
Yeah, that's why I said, show action. I believe action speaks louder than words. So even if I messed up, I'm gonna still show you, like, look, I'm really sorry. Like, I like to show it because I know how I think. So even if I say I forgive somebody, it's still in the back of my head, like, well, I mean, you still did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would want somebody to show me change behavior. So I think it's only fair that you do the same.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So, I did some, I was typing them and I came across some stuff on how to forgive someone who has hurt you. But before you even get to that, before I even go to that, I think I jumped too fast. But I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. One of the things in order to move forward, you kind of touched on it, is to acknowledge whatever feelings that you have about whatever it is. And we did talk about it briefly in the first half. If you can't own or express, this hurt me, a person would never know that they did something that they needed forgiveness for. So I think it's kind of, if you can't acknowledge it and move forward. So the first step is you have to acknowledge self, your awareness that something ain't right, or this is what's wrong, and being able to acknowledge it and not sweep it under the rug and just
But wait a minute. Because people be acting like they didn't know that they did stuff and they did stuff. So I can't. No. You should not have to keep. No, people know what they do. We grown. These not kids we dealing with. You know when you do something that could potentially hurt somebody. You know when you do something that's wrong. These are behaviors that was taught when you was in elementary school. Be kind, be cautious, and stuff like that. No, people be no. I don't agree. I don't agree.
I agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, you have people, when people do things, act like It's fine.
Now I agree with that.
It doesn't matter. That's what I mean by saying acknowledge it. Because if you keep on acting like it's nothing and it didn't affect you, the person gonna think they can continue to do it. And they don't seek the forgiveness. But if you acknowledge that, look, this is a freaking problem, and this is what's going on, and that's what goes into the whole repetitive thing. Because if you forgive them that one time and you acknowledged it, expressed it, and they took an ownership, and earlier when we talked about someone who does the same thing over and over, can you constantly forgive for the same thing? I was real about that. I cannot. Because once I forgave you, that don't mean for you to play on my forgiving.
I feel like once you forgive somebody, that's like a clean slate. Like if you really say, okay, I forgive you, that should be a clean slate. But it also, for anybody, I feel like that has common sense. It's like, all right, they forgive me. It's a clean slate. Let me not mess up again.
Exactly.
However, to backtrack what Tiff said, some people I don't say that they've done something wrong because they're not that a big part in my life like that. So I feel like you don't deserve that conversation with me.
Right.
And I can literally just keep it pushing and keep you at a distance. Like if I have to see you, but I don't have to talk to you, I'll just keep it like that. It could literally be a high and by situation. And I tend to do that with people that, again, like you said, like you're my family, you know, stuff like that. But if they're not my family, because I also consider my friends my family, and you did something, or me and you was about to build like a friendship, and I see that you did something, I'm not gonna sit down and have a conversation with you. For what? You kind of already showing me who you really are, so I shouldn't fully trust you. So I feel like, no, you don't deserve the conversation.
If I feel like
Gemini in me,
I think because she bipolar.
No, I'm not.
No.
Let me hold on. Let me
it's
finish.
Multiple of y'all.
No, let me finish because you have one of my personalities will let it go. One of my personalities will let you know, hey, listen, I don't care how cool we are, and especially if I'm not cool with you, I need you to. That's part of you getting to understand me as a person. I'm not accepting that. You know what I mean? And that's just me. So I'm gonna give you one, and I might forgive that one because you don't know me yet.
And see me, like I said, if you don't know me like that, and I see kind of what maybe your true colors are, and again, like you say, you don't know me like that, I'm gonna show you how I am. I'm gonna just disconnect.
Oh, wait a minute. I just called her bipolar, and she said no, but she said one of my personalities. And one of my personalities.
Well,
correct me if I'm wrong.
That's out now don't want to acknowledge the fact that we have multiple. It depends on which one's showing up.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't bi mean two?
Multiple.
Bi
means like two or multiple personalities.
Oh, two or more, right?
Yep.
See, I don't have.
And you not. And you not what?
I just said bipolar is two or more.
And you're not.
I heard you. I'm gonna forgive you for that. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this. All right.
You say what you say. That's all.
Like I mean, that's just.
But like you said though, everybody is different. But for me, like I said, if you already have my trust and like you're a big factor in my life, yes, I will sit down and have a conversation. If not, you gonna feel it with my energy. Like, oh, she don't like. She not talking to me. No.
Yeah.
And I also feel like to say we grown. So if you don't see what you did wrong.
I'm not going.
But don't act like some people do things.
Oh
no, I'm just saying.
She did you.
Some people. I got a whole bunch of them. Don't come for my personality. But what I'm saying is sometimes people do things, and like I said, if you don't acknowledge it. It's like some people look at that as a free pass, and some people think, "Oh, if you don't see a problem with it, I'm gonna keep on doing it." And also, that's about learning and knowing who you are, and even down to, let's say, starting a new friendship, partnership, or whatever. You got to get to know the person. So some things they may think, "Oh, this was acceptable with this, these people," but now with this person, "Oh no, I'm not accepting that." But I'm gonna give you one, but you ain't gonna get another one. I make that one clear.
Yeah.
But I can't everything. I just can't forgive.
I ain't gonna keep on having conversations with grown people that know that. I'm sorry, that's just not it.
Oh no, after the first one, I'm one and done.
Yeah, you might get a first one. You may get a first one with me, but you may not. If I feel like,
hey, April,
like if it's one of them things where you should have known better as an adult we not great had no conversation because you knew you shouldn't even did that. You knew you shouldn't have did that.
And see, with me, I more than likely I'm gonna give you one conversation,
I might give you one.
and then if I see you still doing the same thing, or not even, just something that just went completely against the conversation that we had, I'm not telling you bye, goodbye. I'm not having a closure conversation.
Okay, I might just cut you off and just you block. My sister will tell you, I cut people off, no explanation, no nothing, because I ain't gotta explain nothing to no grown people. It's my life.
My friends
but I think that's why I'm cautious of who I get close to. For that very reason, I don't.
Close to me.
Yeah, girl, we is violating all COVID-38 laws. But what I'm saying is, I don't allow too many people to get close to me, only because when you find a new sense of your energy that you don't want penetrated, I'm a good thing of vibes. If I get a bad juju coming off of you, the radiation, and that's piercing my energy field, I back off. I don't even allow you the chance to do something for me to have to forgive you for. And people say what they want. She don't like new people. It ain't that I don't like people. If I get a vibe off of you, I'm very cordial. I'm very observant of the people. I ain't even like you at first.
I was about to say, man, you did not get along.
Because you gave me bad energy. When I walked in there, you were sitting on my sofa like you wasn't going to say nothing.
And see, that's the thing. Like you just said, I didn't realize that
I was in a different space.
They be like, oh, she looks so mean, and the third. And I say it all the time. I watch people first. Like, I'll say hi, but I will literally sit inside a room and have very minimal conversation because I'm feeling out your vibe.
Right. And I have to forgive you for that. I did. I had to forgive you for that incident.
We just didn't know each other.
Exactly, but I wasn't the same person I am today. That's what I mean when it says growth. A part of being able to forgive somebody is self-growth and self-awareness of yourself and your wrongs and your flaws and things like that. And I think sometimes when it comes to forgiving, people be ignorant to their own flaws and think that they're perfect. So the same thing that some people may do to other people is what's being done to them.
Yeah.
But they can't forgive that. But it's like, look at you. You need to forgive yourself because you just as dirty as that person.
Yeah.
So I think that it's all in that growth. And I used to hold on to so much. You could look at me sideways. I don't even like that person.
Oh my God, this thing was a mess. She used to work on my nerves.
She's like, you don't like? No, I don't like him. Look how they look.
Oh, she used to work on my nerves.
When I said she did not like me, but I kept coming.
I believe you.
Now I'm her favorite.
I believe you.
She like me.
I believe you because I know.
I said I forgive you.
I believe you because I know my friend. I know you got all kinds of side girls, especially if you sat on her couch and you ain't open your mouth, baby. How many told man's girlfriends that came up in there and looked at me like I was a visitor in my house?
No, she was eating popcorn on my couch.
I know you lying. I know you lying.
She called me off guard. Eric was like, all right, I'm gonna go get something to drink. And I was like, all right, I had a door open and I see him. I was honestly, and I apologize, I was stuck. I was like, oh my God. This is
you kept eating that popcorn.
I did. I was so
like,
stuck.
When she gave me this look, I said, where the fuck is you at?
Girl, you like you ain't thrown off that balcony. You like you ain't get thrown off that balcony.
She paid rent.
Girl, that
I was so stuck. I was like, he did not just stuck me up like that.
She didn't.
But you know what?
Nothing.
I've realized, especially with my son getting older and dating and stuff, when he bring chicks over, sometimes they don't be knowing what to say to me. It is not that they disrespectful and they not speaking. They just be like, oh man, that's his mother. Yeah, they be like, that's his mother. And I be like, well, mother or not, you gonna open your mouth or lose your teeth because you gonna be in that dumpster.
I was like, are you serious?
All right, so we have a question from Jay Nathaniel. I don't know who this is directed to, but I'm going to read it only because I find it rather interesting. Is it still 2 or 3 people I got to smack in the mouth before we can move?
He said move? No, he said it's.
Oh, it's still 2 or 3 people. He got to smack in the mouth before we can ever move any kind of forward. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready yet. Let that marinate. You ain't ready to forget them
Jay,
people.
we getting older. We don't smack people no more unless we have to.
If they ain't messing with the coin, we not smacking nobody.
I tell you, people.
Let's let go and let God. Them people don't deserve your energy.
Let them wallow in their self-pity.
Yep.
Then you ain't hit it. Let me go back to the prayer. What was to the word?
The what?
The Matthew.
The Matthew.
Yeah, the Matthew. She read a whole scripture. I was like, okay, friend. there's nothing wrong with it. I just was like,
I was ready.
Friend that went to the Bible. I hear
I was ready. Got some good stuff in there.
that. Yes, it is.
That fits with your life.
Yes, it is.
Like I said, whichever one y'all pray to, get to pull that book out. The Quran, the Holy, the Jehovah Witness one. What's that one called?
Mm-hmm.
The Jehovah.
Hove.
Hove, that's what it's called? That's Daisy. Oh my God. Let me skip.
No.
Let me skip. That's not the Bible. I'm sorry, y'all. And I repeated it.
I was waiting. I knew she was gonna repeat it.
That's Daisy.
I cannot.
That's the wrong people.
Sound like it.
No, okay, but back to how you move forward. So one thing that we did touch on is to reconnect spiritually. So I know a lot of people are not religious, but spiritual. And I think people misinterpret those things. And that's why I say, whichever way you find your peace, whether it's praying, reading the word, just self meditation, just meditating or whatever, wherever you find your peace, do that and connect. And that's one way that you have to find peace with whatever the situation is before you can forgive. You have to be able to move forward, move on, and actually forgive somebody and be like, I forgive you, and move forward. Even if you don't talk to that person again, you need to be able, it should not affect your life. Whereas though that situation is mentioned, that person is mentioned, and it takes you to a different space. And I think that's when you reconnect and you find your peaceful inner being of reconnecting to whatever your spirituality is.
So can you sit in a room with somebody who kind of like disturbs your peace?
I don't let nobody disturb my peace no more. You won't even be in a room with me.
That's what I'm asking. Like, can people do
No.
that? Do you think
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Okay.
My peace is too valuable. And I mean, when you get there, you don't want to be around people who suck up your positive energy, because once you do, that negativity pierces your space.
You be like, let me get my coat in my purse. I see
No, I be like, let me get the sage. Where the lighter?
I think people that can do that though, they like on a whole nother level. You know, some people out here that have their energy is so protected. It's like they can sit inside a room, and people that really can't stand them and they fine.
You can't be close to me.
We ain't there yet, friend.
No, you can't be close. See how we is like this?
Yeah.
We can't be like that.
No, I'm just saying, like, just in a room, just like in general, you know, like something like that. Cause
I mean, I've been in a space, like an open like space, where it may be like I don't care too much for that person, or they don't care too much for me. Usually, it's they don't care too much for me, which is fine.
mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I don't have to be negative. I won't allow anybody to let me be negative.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
you know what I mean?
They disturb it, really.
No, just don't, long as you know to stay over there. But I think that's when it comes to setting your boundaries with people. Like, even if I forgive you, I'm going to tell you right then and there, I forgive what happened. I'm okay with that. Just don't say nothing to me.
Right.
And that's flat out. I can forgive you, but that don't mean I want to have any dealings with you. We're not good Judies. We're not going to kiki and do all of that stuff. It's just you stay over there, and I'm going to be over here in my bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to keep it rocking like that. But I'm not going to ever let nobody make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't read a.
Jane and Daniel say, yeah, they're just kind of dead and non-existent
dead.
to me. It's nothing to really forgive, because it's the next breath. They'll do the same thing again.
And they probably would.
Yeah, that's that repetitive. But as long as you found peace with it, Jay, that's all that matters. It's about self. Forgiveness is for self, not for the person. And I think some people misconstrue that. And they think if they forgive somebody, they're giving a person power. No, you're taking your power back. Because you should never
they
let
got the
anybody
power.
have that much power over you
Yeah, they
to
got the power.
exhaust you
They got the power.
at all.
I told you, it's people I know right now that didn't cross me. I ain't said a word. I just be like,
See, I be
I
trying
just
to
be
do
like,
You still growing.
I be like,
for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, like
Okay.
I be trying to do that, and other people want to snitch and be like, "Oh yeah, she said such. No, just let it be. I don't talk to them no more. I don't deal with them no more. Just let it be like that. You feel me? Like when
I just be like,
So that come
Okay.
up with another thing. I'm glad you touched on that. Because when it comes to, you can talk to somebody that you trust. Sometimes I think even when you trying to come to a sense of resolve and you talk to a friend, like I may talk to Tiff about a situation, I have to vent about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Right.
you gotta vent about certain things before you can forgive a person. But when we say evaluate your circle, and our circle is so small because some people don't know how to let your vent stay there.
Yeah.
They gotta take it outside and try to think, well, let's try to help get the resolve, or because they cool with the person, they want you to be cool with the person, and they not worrying about your comfort, your energy, your peace, and all of that. So if you can't respect this boundary wall that I have here, I don't even need you near me right now. And that's not a person that you can trust with the event of your problem, because sometimes the vent is for you to release that energy off of you. But that doesn't mean for them people to transfer that energy into the situation, because sometimes it can spiral it out of control. So that's between you and whoever it was with.
Well, we funny when it comes to people anyway. We be funny when it comes to people. We just both be, and we be exactly the same. We just both be in the room looking at each other like, just looking. This look me. Did you see that? And she be like, girl, I seen it.
Yeah, and
that's how we be. We don't have to say a word.
I be like, oh Lord, let me die.
Yeah, we don't have to say a word to each other. Our facial expressions speak to each other. That's how long we've been friends. Our facial expressions speak to each other. And we know exactly what the hell they be to say.
Yeah, but if you want to forgive somebody, let people should let you come to the terms of when you're ready.
Right.
People can't force you to forgive somebody. People can't tell you when it's time for you to get over it and say y'all need to let it go. Yes, you can let it. Yeah, you can let it go for yourself. Even if you're not ready to talk to the person, you protect yourself, you protect your peace. And like I said, that was one thing that I really had to learn over the years, was because I always felt like if I let it go and forgive, that person won. And that I had to look at it and finally realize it was the other way around. Like, don't sit there and let somebody take that space or that peace from you, whereas though
I know Jay ain't on here line.
Yeah.
Whereas though you can't move forward.
See,
you are not the friendly one.
See, I wasn't thinking like that. I was just like, no, I still want my fate. Then I can forgive you. Yeah, that was me being violent. I changed.
But your circle is I think your circle is really important. Who you surround yourself with is really important. Who comes in and out of your life, even when things happen and people harm you. And I think that goes back into what we talked about earlier with when you forgive a person and they constantly do it over and over and over again. And if that person is in your circle and everybody is cool with it, nobody sees nothing is wrong with that, evaluate all of them. Because I know even if we don't see eye to eye with something, which is a little bit often, we respect
the differences.
Right. Yeah. And able to move forward and know it's not that deep. But if it's something that happened and say maybe somebody that I know that may have did something to her, I'm not going to force a situation.
Which you shouldn't.
But I'm going to keep that boundary right where it's at.
Yeah.
This my friend, but she's never going to be like, you got to choose. And I'm never going to put myself in the middle of that. But I think that's where it comes. But you're not going to disrespect her neither. In my face. I don't care what the situation is. I wouldn't let them disrespect each other. And I think that's where that friendship circle gets cloudy. Because sometimes you get that friend that play the 50.
Yeah, I got rid of all those friends.
Yeah.
We don't have them kind of friends no more.
Yeah. I don't got them.
You know, we have really evolved when it comes to our friends other than each other. Because remember, you had friends that I ain't like.
I ain't got no.
And then I had friends that you ain't like, but now we just don't care. And we all ended up being cool.
I never not like none of your friends. I don't be around them to know. I don't know them to not like them.
Levette, come
Who
back
I
onto
like?
the post.
Who
Levette,
I
come.
like?
My sister, my real sister, come back to the post and tell her who she don't like. Just say the initial.
Who I
Just
don't
say
like?
the initial. She's sitting on here lying.
Who I don't like? I don't know none of your friends to not
She
like
said,
them.
"Why you lying?"
I don't know none of them to not like them. So I can't dislike somebody. Yeah, please call in, Levette. 410-710. What's the number? 4685. I don't if I don't know you, I don't have a reason to dislike. I just don't know you.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna always be off-putting.
Coco has had friends that may have rubbed me the wrong way in the beginning. After a while, but I always remained cordial for the sake of Coco. I might not have particularly cared for them too much, but out of respect for her, I didn't roll my eyes, suck my teeth, or any of the above. I might have side-eyed them.
I roll my eyes.
But then, after a while,
Did you think you did?
I mean, I have no control over my facial expressions, so there's a possibility that I may have. However, I have evolved, and if she is still friends with any of those people, no, it's not true.
Brian, everybody loves you.
Yes, Brian, we love Brian. He goes Dutch.
And Brian will tell you, I don't dislike nobody. I just don't know. If I don't know you, I don't really have much to say. So it may seem like I don't like people. But that's fine. Please forgive me. I mean, I don't know what you do.
I get what you're saying, because I had to feel you. I had to feel your people out too, and that I felt them out. I was like, oh, okay. And then once the liquor kicked in, we was all good.
Everybody get along.
Yeah, everybody, because at that point, hey girl, right? He care.
No, you get irky, but we is all friends. No, we not. You're lying.
That's drunk Tiff. She don't count.
Sawaka Tiff.
No, Tiffany don't do Sawaka. No more.
Sits in the corner keeping quiet. Yes, because that one now, that's the one that don't like nobody.
Yes, Jay doesn't like anybody at all.
Sometimes sometimes even me, and we're like sister and brother.
Oh well, I know he done had times that he ain't like me. I know he done had y'all. So I love Jay.
Another thing to do to
don't be trying to shut me up. Yeah, he can come through the phone and say what he want to say. Talking about he's sitting in the corner being quiet. You said there'd be times he don't like you, and we already know it's times that he didn't like me. But at the end of the day, I still had love for Jay. He was there when I had my daughter. Mm-hmm. All in the room, cussing me all the way out. The whole time.
Y'all both are just strong-minded.
He cussed me out during birth.
Throughout the whole thing, y'all still just love each other. I'm going to say that. Anywho.
He had to cuss me through my labor pains.
Yes.
That thing was in there going, wait a minute.
Did you forgive him for that?
I forgive him for that, but he was going off for a minute. I wanted to laugh, but I was in so much pain. That thing was in there going off. Wait a minute, I ain't signed up for all this. What is going on? He was like, hold up.
I think,
but I still love you, Jay.
I don't want to skip anything. So I think another step for forgiveness is to not isolate yourself. I'm famous for that one. I used to be famous for self-isolation. When people will hurt me or do something to me, I stayed to myself. I still do sometimes, depending, but yeah, I stay to myself. I wouldn't be around people. I just completely it's not a good trait to have. It's not good. And I think that's another part of the growth is you have to understand, like, you can't be like that. You gotta deal with the situation as it comes and push through it. You can't sweep everything under the rug. Sometimes you gotta face it.
I'm not like that, because I be on, hey everybody, early in the morning. Hey, she hates it. She hates everything about it.
People do stuff to you that is not you. You be like, I don't like them.
No, I isolate because I
don't isolate though. I don't isolate though.
I do.
I still just be me.
I used to isolate. I'm better at that. So another thing was to accept that sometimes you can't change the past. So if something happened to you in your past and you're holding on to it and you can't forgive somebody for, you can't. Don't hold on to something that you have no control over.
Amy said, "What if you need time to process the situation?"
Thank you, Amy, because that's why I isolate.
No, that's what it is. But for as isolation, meaning you can't isolate yourself forever. You have people that will do that. And when it comes to forgiveness of hurt, depending on what it is, some things could be a traumatizing experience. And you do have people who isolate themselves instead of seeking help, dealing with it, or whatever the situation may be. So with that being said, it's like, how do you, when you isolate yourself and you just holding it, you're causing more harm to yourself. I think that's a better way to put it. Because when you hold on to it, you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. And that's when you give the person, whoever has harmed you, the control and the power over you. Take that back. But you have to, it's okay to process stuff. But when you constantly holding, you got people, like I said, I used to hold on to things for years. Tiff will tell you, years.
She was a mess.
But it didn't do anything, but it hurts you because it mess with your moods, it mess with your mental, everything. And the person that harmed you is continuously moving on with their life.
Yep.
So when you isolate yourself, you're actually harming yourself. You're not dealing with it, you're just harboring emotion. Let it go. Or find an outlet to let it go. Find something that interests you to let it go. You have some people that get into to make candles. That could be an outlet for something, of something. Find something. Whatever, like I said, whatever it's praying, meditation, whatever it is that you got to do to find your peace with any situation. But again, forgiveness is not for the person, it's for you. It's okay. I gave myself a minimum. I got 24 to 48 hours of self-isolation. After that, snap out of it. That's my motto. Keep it moving. Like what you say, let go and let go it.
Absolutely. Brian said, "How I have twisted your arm to spill the beans on what's wrong."
Many, many a day. I have grown. Brian knows he has twisted my arm many a day to get me to talk about what's wrong. And he has been an ear for me to yell, scream, cuss. Yeah, he was my punching bag many a day. And I thank you.
Amy says, "What do you think is a healthy amount of time to process?"
I don't think it's a time limit.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
can
don't
put
think
that
it's a
time
time
limit
limit.
on anything. However long it takes you. Some people may never. Everything is not forgivable. We've established that. It's what you can and can't forgive. So if it takes you years to process something, you take your years to process it, but let it be on your terms. Nobody can tell you how long to process a situation that affected you. That's just my take.
Agreed.
T, do you have anything you'd like to elaborate on?
No, I agree with that because yeah, I'm still marinating with some people.
You still marinating from
Yeah.
Most importantly, I know we winding down. Is whatever the experience is you have to. Oh, amen. Learn. Use everything as a learning experience, no matter what it is that has happened, whatever it is that has transpired. There's always life is a learning experience. So even if you forgive, like we discussed cheating, we discussed people doing stuff to your family, your friends,
Oh, I
or
did have a
whatever.
question
What's that?
because I remember y'all said it.
What?
You said that like I think somebody was talking to you. He was like, "Let go of the friend, but forgive the guy." Why is that a thing?
Oh no, I was like, we still let them all go.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we said beat them up too.
But that's just our personal opinion. But you have some people that will choose their partner over their friends. But my thing is, if your friend is hooking your partner up to cheat, they
That's
both
not your
wrong.
friend.
Yeah.
They
That's
both
not
wrong.
your friend.
But if you're willing to forgive, That's up to you.
I feel like
That's-
you should forgive both. To me,
And that's
you
the
should forgive
one.
both.
Yeah. But you meant that.
No, I don't get in people relationship mess. That's the.
No, I'm just saying. I know a lot of women that take it out on a friend because the dude cheated, and it's like it was just take two to tango. So if you gonna forgive him, forgive your friend.
Right.
Right.
That's just me.
I ain't forgiving none of them.
Right.
That was negative.
I know.
Oh, and for the
gonna
person
forgive.
that asked about what happened if somebody accidentally killed your family member, that touched me because my father was killed, so, quote unquote, supposedly on accident. I still have not forgiven his killer, and that person has actually reached out. Me, I'll never forgive that person. So there you go.
Respect it.
Mhm.
Definitely respect that. But I think we've all been in situations. So I think we're going to go down the line. You okay with that?
Yeah.
In a situation where you had to forgive, what did you learn from it?
You start with me.
Yeah, we can go down. We can go down this way because you're the guest. Go first.
I think what I learned is that people do make mistakes. And that people make mistakes. And it's all about, just communicating. And I think, when you forgive somebody, also, like y'all said, it gives you your chance to grow as a person. You're not holding on to a grudge. You're not making assumptions. You're growing as a person, whether you and that person, end up back cool again or not. I definitely feel like it changes you. It makes you grow. And when someone does do something that, changes you in any type of aspect, the best thing I'd tell anybody to do is, like you said, learn from it and grow and just take the lesson.
Facts. It's on you. So what you gonna do? Flip it,
Yeah, I agree that people do make mistakes, but I also agree that people be knowing what the hell they be doing. So, and I have a problem with that. Do I forgive? Yes, I don't forget. I don't hold grudges. Just because you don't forget, it does not mean that you are holding a grudge. Some things are just unforgettable. There are some things that are just going to stick with you like glue and you just can't forget them. But I'm still going to say people be knowing what they be doing. They be knowing what they be doing. And I think that might be part of the reason why it's a little harder for people to forgive. Because we grown-ups now. This is not when we was children. We are grown-ups now. We got kids of our own. We have responsibilities. Y'all be knowing what y'all be doing. But I do agree that people do make mistakes. When I forgive a person, I'm not gonna forget it. It's gonna stay in the back of my mind, and I'm gonna look for signs to see if it's gonna happen again, or even if it doesn't happen again with that person, the same scenario may happen with someone else, and I could look for warning signs, like with green dress and all that stuff. Now I know. If I see something come across somebody's phone to say green dress, oh, sis, he cheating. Get out of there.
Get out of here. Right. It's on me. It's on you. So what you gonna do? Okay. So, my learning experiences. I'm gonna just throw a couple of scenarios. I'm not gonna throw the scenario out there, but what I took from it, from personal relationships, like romantic relationships, what I took from having to forgive people from whether it was abuse, cheating, lying. I've had people who were allegedly close to me insert themselves into my relationships and lie and do different things to split me and other people up. What I learned from that was communication. And that's why I say every situation can be a learning experience. At one time, I did not communicate effectively. I also learned not to have people put people in your personal business. I keep people even down to my friends. We love each other to death, but we do not. We set boundaries. We do not get involved in each other's personal business. I probably couldn't even tell you what none of my friends' boyfriends or whatever look like if I seen them on the streets. And many of they're like, "Oh, I seen your homegirl, whatever," but it's not my business. It's not. Now, if I happen to see you a whole bunch of times, that's one thing. But one thing I learned was communication, and I also learned self-love And that was from business relationships where I had to forgive people, whether they messed my name up, whether they tried to stop me from a promotion or anything like that. One thing I learned was, like I said, to communicate, to figure out how to move forward. And I forgave them. Not only it wasn't for them. And like I said, when I really learned and how I got into my energy, it taught me how to meditate. It taught me how to move. It taught me how not to invest so much or speak so much into everybody that I thought was cool. And I also learned how to just keep some things between me and keep it really personal. And with everybody don't need to know everything pretty much. And then one thing I learned throughout it all was the more you hold things on, the more pain you create for yourself. And it's hard to release pain. It's hard to release hurt when you put hurt and anger on, you pile it on top of each other. You don't do nothing but weigh yourself down, weigh your heart down, put stress onto yourself, give yourself all kinds of stress is real. When you harbor hate, you harbor in health. So I just learned to just let it go. And I've learned once I started slowly releasing it and forgiving people, I no longer had to worry about I felt better. It was like a weight lifted off of my shoulders. So yes, every issue, everything that I experienced where I had to be in a forgiving situation, even I had to forgive myself for maybe how I talked to somebody, things that I did. I learned a lot about myself. Like I have to watch my actions. I have to control what I do because what I do may affect somebody else. So it's a learning experience on everything. That phrase, treat others how you want to be treated, that speaks volumes to me. I live by that. So that was my learning experience from my
Did
stuff.
she just say a book? Why was ours so short?
Ain't that what it was?
And she just
I told y'all take the. You want to add? You want to?
No, I'm very.
You want to freestyle some more?
No,
that was my experience. That was what we said. But I said, "Well, what did y'all learn?"
I'm okay.
I'm sorry.
I think that she split it into two. She did relationships and shit, friendships as well.
Excuse me. I told y'all I learned how to communicate before, like 2 years ago. You wouldn't have got that out of me. See the growth. Communicate.
I'm gonna give her that because that thing she done got better. She ain't all the way there yet, though.
She still got multiple personalities.
What? A whole bunch of them.
And you love them all.
A whole bunch of them.
Because they all show up when they need to. So stay down there.
I'm hungry.
What's your favorite child? So
you said who?
Your favorite child. The rest of them watching, so she's not gonna say it, but I'm the favorite.
I've learned to love you. Like, no, I'm joking. Don't play me like that. Now you grew on me a little bit. Just a little thing. Just a little, just a little teeny bit. Just a little teeny bit. Do I want to go over these? Oh, quick tips. Because I did this. I didn't do this for nothing. So some quick tips for I'm gonna just go over really quick. And you two can, if it's anything that you feel you want to add to it, leave out. Fix your eyebrows when you're looking over here.
I was looking at the first one.
Mind your neck.
I can't see it. That's why I'm making a face.
It's not about to read it. Stop trying to look and show your eyes. You need glasses.
No, don't.
Oh, forgive me.
I thought she was growing.
Forgive me. I just said it. Leave me alone. I'm working on it. I am a work in progress. I ain't perfect.
Well, I put you words out your mouth. We got 9 minutes. Come on.
I can talk fast. You ready?
Go.
Okay. How to forgive someone who has hurt you. I ain't got 15 steps. I got 8. Step 1, move on to the next act. Meaning, move on. Don't hold on to it. Step 2, reconnect to a spirit. You know, your spiritual being. We talked about that. Whatever it is, even if you're not religious, you may be spiritual. Whatever your faith may be. Hold on to that to get through it. Relationships. Don't go to sleep angry. Talk about it. Yeah, I seen your eyes go big. Would you like to say something?
Nope.
Okay. 4, switch the focus from blaming others to understanding yourself. 5, avoid telling people what to do. 6, learn to let go and be like water. Keep it flowing. And then take responsibilities. Take responsibility for your part. We touched on that self-ownership in whatever part you may play in a circumstance if you play the part. And lastly, let go of resentment.
I thought that said let go of refreshments.
You
I'm hungry.
You hungry. Let me get you a Snickers. um 7 things of how to like forgive yourself. We kind of touched on some of the things, but we just gonna go over it a little bit more. How to forgive yourself. 1, focus on your emotions. And that's something I think a lot of people battle with because people mask their emotions and don't recognize them. So you have to recognize your emotions and your feelings. It's okay to have them. Acknowledge the mistakes out loud, whatever mistakes you may have, whatever mistakes may happen, talk about it. Even if you gotta look in the mirror and do, you do like your affirmations and things like that. Same thing of flaws or whatever's happened. Think of each mistake as a learning experience. Whatever you do, whatever mistakes you make, however you progress, learn from it. Give yourself permission to put this process on hold. If it's something and you feel like it's not coming to a resolve in a way that, and you still have some confusion or focus, that's fine. Put it on hold, get back to it, but don't let it stop your life. Have a conversation with your inner critic. That's your circle. We touched on that. Knowing when you are being self-critical, that is one of my biggest flaws. I'm my worst critic. Don't blame yourself too much. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay to be a little bit hard, but don't be too hard to the point where as though you just consistently putting yourself down. Quiet the negative messages of your inner critics. What do you think?
I can relate to some. Not all.
Can I read this one? Can I say both? It says, I thought it was good. It says, why is self-forgiveness so hard? And I think forgiving other people is easier than forgiving ourselves. Why is self-forgiveness so hard? It says the necessary reflection and acknowledgement can be very difficult because some people are burdened by forms of self-deception. Self-deception makes it difficult to identify when self-forgiveness is appropriate. People don't want to see their own, see themselves in a negative light.